How to Make a Habit Irresistible in Atomic Habits by James Clear, Chapter 8, titled How to Make a Habit Irresistible, delves into the psychology and science behind our most compelling behaviors. This chapter explores how supernormal stimuli and dopamine are crucial in forming irresistible habits. Clear begins by examining the groundbreaking work of Dutch scientist Nico Tinbergen with herring gulls. Tinbergen's experiments revealed that baby gulls were instinctively driven to peck at red dots on their parents' beaks for food. By creating artificial beaks with exaggerated red spots, Tinbergen observed an intensified pecking response, illustrating the concept of supernormal stimuli, exaggerated cues that elicit stronger reactions. This concept is crucial in understanding human behavior. Our modern environment is saturated with supernormal stimuli, especially in areas like the food industry, where our innate cravings for salt, sugar, and fat are exploited. Clear explains how food companies engineer products to hit the bliss point, a perfect blend of flavors that makes these foods nearly irresistible and leads to overeating. The chapter also delves into the role of dopamine, a key neurotransmitter in habit formation. Unlike the common belief that dopamine is linked solely to pleasure, Clear explains that it is more about reward anticipation. This anticipation, rather than the reward itself, drives our action, highlighting why the craving phase of habit formation is so crucial. Clear uses vivid examples to illustrate how our environment triggers these dopamine-driven behaviors. For instance, how a grocery store layout or social media design can exploit these neural pathways, driving our shopping or browsing habits. Understanding these mechanisms is key to reshaping our habits. By manipulating our environment and the cues that trigger these dopamine responses, we can make desirable habits more attractive and easier to adopt. The chapter is a deep dive into the underpinnings of habit formation, providing a nuanced understanding of why we do what we do and how we can harness this knowledge to create positive, lasting changes in our behavior. The dopamine spike. James Clear explores how the human brain is wired to respond to rewards and how we can leverage this to form irresistible habits. He introduces the concept of supernormal stimuli, exaggerated cues that create stronger reactions, and explains their profound influence on human behavior. This principle is evident in various aspects of modern life, from the food industry's engineering of flavors to hit the bliss point, to social media's design for maximum engagement. Clear explains that our brain allocates more space to regions responsible for craving and desire than those for liking. This disproportion highlights the importance of craving in driving behavior. The brain releases dopamine not only when experiencing pleasure, but also in anticipation of it. This anticipation, rather than the actual reward, motivates us to act. Understanding this, Clear introduces the strategy of temptation bundling. This technique involves linking an action you want to do with one you need to do. By combining a task that needs doing with a more pleasurable activity, the overall habit becomes more attractive. Clear gives examples of how individuals and businesses use temptation bundling to encourage certain behaviors, like watching a particular TV lineup while relaxing with a drink and snack. Temptation bundling is a practical application of Premack's principle, which suggests that more probable behaviors, those we enjoy, can reinforce less probable behaviors, those we need to do but might avoid. By creating a rule-based approach that stacks the habit you need to do before the habit you want to do, you can make necessary tasks more appealing. The chapter emphasizes the power of creating an environment and context that make our desired habits irresistible. By understanding and leveraging the dopamine-driven feedback loop, we can craft habits that not only are easier to adopt, but also feel rewarding and enjoyable. This approach shifts the focus from relying on self-discipline to smartly designing our behaviors and surroundings for success. The chapter unveils the powerful influence of dopamine, a key neurotransmitter in our brains in forming and maintaining habits. we learn that dopamine spikes not only when we experience pleasure, but also when we anticipate it. This anticipation, often more potent than the actual reward, propels us into action. Clear introduces us to the concept of temptation bundling, a strategic approach to habit formation. This technique involves pairing an action we need to do with one we enjoy, making the overall habit much more enticing. For instance, watching your favorite TV show while on a treadmill or only enjoying a treat while completing a certain task. This method effectively leverages our brain's craving for dopamine, turning tedious tasks into enjoyable rituals. The chapter emphasizes the second law of behavior change, making it attractive. By understanding how to manipulate our environment and routine to increase dopamine responses, we can transform our habits into appealing and automatic behaviors. So, what have we learned today? The key takeaway is that the anticipation of a reward is a powerful motivator, and that by making habits more attractive through temptation bundling, we can turn even mundane tasks into pleasurable routines. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more insights from Atomic Habits as we continue to uncover the secrets to successful habit formation. Stay tuned.